Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Sir Gama and today we are going to talk about the most awaited thing, which is FL Studio 21 upgrade. Now, FL Studio 20 has been there since long, they have been making updates in FL Studio 20 consecutively, but people including me who are FL Studio users have been waiting for FL Studio 21 for so long, and we have lots and lots of expectations from FL Studio 21. So let's get right into the screens and see what FL Studio has got for us. Okay, so the first update is now we have gain handlers on FL Studio's audio clips. As right here you can see, here's a little handle, and if you left click on this and turn it up and down, you can crank the volumes, and the levels that you can reach is plus 36 decibels or minus infinity. So you can, handle the volume and also the visual of the audio. So when you crank the volume up, you can also see the waveform of the audio clip increasing, and you can go up to 36 dB. And when you lower it down, you can also see the waveform decreasing in size, like vertically, and you can go up till minus infinity. Now, if you want to reset it, you can just right click and reset gain. Also, you can hit Alt on Windows and Options on Mac and just left click once and it will reset the gain once again. And also one more thing, if you have the same audio somewhere else, just like this is also, both of these are the same audios. So if you crank up the volume of one audio, it will not affect the volume of the other audio. But if we do it traditionally, like if we open it here and we crank up this volume, it will affect this audio clip automatically as well. So earlier in the days, what we had to do is, if I want to change the volume of both of these audio clips, I'll have to make one of them unique here and then change the volume of that particular sample, so it will not affect the volume of other audio clips which are there in the playlist. But now with these gain handlers, we can just crank up or lower down the volume of any individual sample without making it unique and lowering the number of unique samples or audio clips that you have in your project. One more crazy cool thing is, like if you have two audios here and they are overlapping, it automatically crossfades them, just like so, as you can see here. So if I play them separately, sounds like, and if you want to crossfade them, just overlap these audios with each other and there will be a mutual crossfade in the previous audio as well and in the later audio as well. So it smoothly crossfades from one audio to the other audio. These crossfaders are not only for overlapping audios, you can also crossfade the starting and the ending of any audio clip just by going here. And when you have this handy thing comes up, and you can just click and drag, and we have the crossfade right in the starting. Similarly, you can go towards the end, crossfade from the end, and it saves a lot of time. It reduces a lot of automation clips that we used to have to, smoothly crossfade the tail out of an audio clip. Now you can do directly into the audio clip. Just listen to it once. A proper crossfade in the starting and in the end, just with a simple drag. And now we can also increase or adjust the tension of these crossfades in the starting and in the end, as you can see right here. And if you want to reset it, again click Alt and click here. Also, you can always right click and then reset fade out tension. All of these controls inside the audio clip are triggered from this button here. Click it off and it will become the traditional FL Studio 20 that you used to have earlier. And if you go here and turn it on again, and then you will have all the controls from the new FL Studio 21 version. Now you can toggle this button right here with Shift F on the keyboard. Like press Shift F and it turns on, F and it turns off. If you want to turn off, you can do it from here, but I always keep it on because it's really handy and it makes my work way easier. Now, if you have this overlapping crossfade and you want to adjust the tension of this, you can just click here, go up and go down, and you can see it changes the tensions of both the clips. Now, if you want to, control the tension of the ending crossfades of both the clips individually, even if they are crossfading, so what you can do is you can hit Control and change the automation of any one clip individually. Now it won't affect the other one. Similarly here also, once you hit Control, then both of these will be unlinked and then you can automate both of them separately. But if by any chance you do not want all of these gain and automation controls, these crossfade controls, then you can go on to settings, options, and project general settings, and you can just hit this automatic crossfades off. Now once you turn it off, there will be no automatic crossfades and you won't be able to take the crossfades manually from the sides of the audio clip, and if you turn it on, it will be back to normal. But I do not know, like, why will there be a reason you do not want these crossfades? These are so handy. Just like this, you can crossfade an audio from the starting to the end. Similarly, if you do not want to see this gain option right here, what you can do is go here in this menu, drop down, and then go to view, and then here you can go to show gain previews and show fade previews. You can turn them on off simultaneously as per your likings. The second thing that we have in FL Studio 21 is one of the most talked about thing, which is.
But before we move ahead, I want to tell you something special. If you want to learn music production, mixing, mastering, or even music business, I am offering specialized, dedicated courses for all of these. And these are not video courses which are pre-recorded. These are live courses in person with me, online or offline, and you can access every detail you need to know about these on my website, which is sirgama.com. And also mentioning the website, we have currently redesigned the website and added great educating articles about music business, beat licensing, and all of that stuff. Now mentioning the beats, I also want to tell you that I sell beats online on my website, which is sirgama.com/beats. So if you are a singer or a rapper, I might have the right beat for you. Let me know on Instagram if you like something. Also, for all my YouTube subscribers and my video viewers, I have specific limited time offers on all my courses, as you can see the timer going on my website. So grab the seats before all the seats are booked, and yeah, see you in there. Let's continue to the video.
The themes, like you can change the color, the hue, everything that you see in FL Studio visually to, set up the mood of your DAW and set up your mood as well on the type of music you are working on, so that it gets more inspiring. So you can go here in the options and you go to theme settings. Now I have these some custom made themes as well. I'll show you those as well, but these are the ones that you get with FL Studio 21 update. So one here is Vila, and then you go Ash. You can see, like, oh my god, I don't know why do they have this white theme, but yeah, it looks cool, like it can be used. And these are all the themes, and this can literally change the way your DAW looks and give hell lot of inspiration if you want to. So go here, Ultra Green. I personally like this Citrus. And then these are some of the custom themes that I have installed for my FL Studio. Bumblebee, Evil Red, Green and Orange, Soft Spot, Pinky Red, my god, Magenta Teal, Tomato Red, yeah, help me. And also from here, if you do not like any theme, just like if I go in, let's suppose Citrus, then you can change the brightness as per your likings, the saturation, the hue. You can change pretty much everything, and you can make your FL Studio 21 look the way you like it. You can experiment yourself with this and give your FL Studio the look, but personally right now I'm using the default one, which I like, and I'm used to it, so I haven't changed any theme of my FL Studio yet. These are one of the most talked about thing which has been introduced. So you have full customization of your DAW at your fingertips, and it's really easy. It's just about, tweaking and turning some of the knobs. That's it. Now, one of the most important and useful updates that we have right now, which I personally love, is the browser. I'm in my browser here. If I play anything, I have a visual representation of that in the waveform here. That wasn't the case in previous FL Studio, and you can also customize the volume of your playback just like this. I'll show you right now. And if you want to play a sample from between, if I do not want to hear the whole sample, I just want to hear what's here, you can hold Shift on your keyboard and just click here. It will play right from that point. So you do not have to import the whole sample into the playlist and then preview the audio. You can do that same thing here, and after that you can, take out the sample in the playlist if you like it. After this visual pleasure, we have this tags, or a search bar you can also call it. You can give tags to your samples, which I'll tell you right now how to do. And you can also search, like if I know the sample exactly, like I'm seeing animals here, let's type animals, and I'll get all the samples in my whole playlist in which there is anything named as animals. Yeah. So for example, if I search a snare, I'll get everything in my playlist whose name is snare. So I have all these snares right now. And there's one pro tip: if you exactly remember what's the name of a sample and you're searching for it, what you can do is, like, let's search this 44 snare C. You have to put that exactly in inverted commas, 44 snare C, enter, and you will have that exact sample if you put it in inverted commas, which tells FL Studio that this is the exact name that I'm looking for and not anything which matches with this name. You can star the samples that you like. You go here, star, star, star. These are probably the samples which you use on regular basis, and you have to go again, open your libraries, open the folders, find out the sample, drag them into the playlist. But instead you can just star them and they will be gone into this here in star section. So all the things that I starred right now are here, and you can unstar them just by clicking like this and they will be gone again. You can give tags to your samples. So if I right click onto the sample, I press add tag, I can write it anything. So if I like gamma likey and I tag it, so even if I do not remember the name of the sample, I have some phrase or a word which I remember that I tagged it. So after I tag that, it will be in the tag section. You can just go here, press here, and now you can see there is a tag. One is the star, one is gamma likey, which I created just now. If I tap it, I'll have the samples which I added to gamma likey. You can do this for your kicks, your snares, your instrumentals, your effects, your sweeps and risers which you personally like. You can just make tags and move all of them to those tag sections. So you can just, go to tags and open those particular tags, and you don't have to sweep through hundreds of samples. You just have the samples that you like and you know what you have to use. And now there's one more thing which is also very useful. If we go here and I want to import all of these samples, but in the early FL Studio, what I had to do is I just have to go here, drag them one by one, just like this. But right now what you can do is click on the sample you want to import first, and then if I want to import all of these sections, I'll go here, I'll click shift, and then I'll click with my mouse. All of these samples will be selected, and when I drag them onto the playlist, everything will be dragged in a single line on different tracks. If you do not want to do this, you do not want to, sequentially select all the samples, you want some particular samples, what you can do is click this. If I want this, press control, like keep pressing control, do not lift your finger from control. Click, 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 click. These are the samples which are selected. Go here, drag them out. Now I have only those samples which I selected via hitting control. So it's just like using normal Windows. Yeah, you select multiple files by clicking control, you select sequential files while clicking the shift. So it's the same for your browser now. Now here are 4-5 sections that you can see. One is all, one is project, which is the current project. If you have more projects, you can see it here. Then you go into the plugins, where you see the plugins database. Then you go to the library, and this library section is a new thing. Like earlier, there used to be a standalone plugin of FL Studio from which you can download, various instruments, samples, VSTs, all of those stuff, which is by ImageLine. But now they have embedded that particular standalone plugin into the browser, and you can see that in the library tag right now here, and you have all of these things. And if you want to download or purchase or free downloads, anything, you can just go into the library. You do not have to install any third-party plugin by ImageLine to install the samples or the VSTs by ImageLine. And the next thing that we have are various plugins that FL Studio has introduced, and they are so great. But I'm sad for one thing, that they still have not introduced a mid-side EQ. So that's one thing which is disappointing, but I don't know, maybe they have planned the mid-side EQ for the next updates of FL Studio 21, but right now it's not. So the first plugin that we get is Luke's Verb. People did not and do not like FL Studio Fruity Reverb 2. So they have this crazy reverb right now, and let's try it on something. This is pretty huge and a great sounding reverb, like according to me. But right now, let's see what's different in this reverb. So first of all, you can see this pitch shift, which is a crazy thing which producers and mixing engineers do separately with extra plugins, but we have right now here in this plugin itself. So this shifts the pitch of the reverb to make it more present or make the song more darker, if you know what I mean. So let's try it on. The pitch of reverb can make hell lot of a difference in the texture or the color of the song or the vocal, whatever it is. Yeah. So we have this pitch shift knob here inside the reverb, and we also have this crazy visualizer where we can see, the reverb going up and down. Now you can also sidechain reverb. So for example, if I have this vocal and if I have an instrumental and I want to sidechain that instrumental with the reverb, so I do not have to sidechain it with the vocal. Like I do not have to do the Abbey Road techniques. And if you do not know Abbey Road techniques, I'm coming up with a video on pro reverb tricks and tips and everything you want to know about reverbs in the coming weeks. Maybe I'll try to post it as soon as possible. So till then, this side chain saves a lot of mixer processing and a lot of hard work, and it does a great job. And if you want me to make a separate in detail video about LuxVerb and about all other plugins that I'm going to tell you that FL Studio has launched in this FL Studio 21 update, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to make detailed video for you guys for these plugins. And now let's head on to the next plugin, which is multi-band delay. Now this gets a bit crazier. So now as you can see on the screen, we have a delay plugin with 16 different types of bands which are spread around the frequency spectrum from 31 hertz, I guess, till 19,000 hertz. Yeah. So you can put different amount of delay in from these different 16 bands separated across the frequency band. So these 16 bands can, do these, like it visually also looks very addictive. I just want to do this all day long. Now there are various presets that you can choose from, arpeggiated textures. Let's hear what it sounds like. Like you can achieve, forget about delay for a little bit of time. You can achieve various different textures and phasing effects, phasing textures, normal textures, and various effects you can use as effects from this plugin, from multiband delay in your audios. So if I go to any other preset, Spectrale sounds crazy and looks crazy. It's not sounding as a delay right now to me, but it's sounding a crazy effect plugin for various types of audios and even effects. Like if I have effects, like I have sweeps and I have risers, I can give a great texture to them with this plugin. And also, as I told you, if you want detailed videos about them, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to make it for you guys. And you also have these controls. You can control the amount of delay, volume, and the amount of panning. So this is the volume, this is delay, and this is panning. Now let's get on to the next plugin, which is Vintage Phaser. Now this Vintage Phaser plugin is also great with all the effects that you can use and make your audio sound crazy. And we have this phasing, modulation, delay, and levels, these 4 different controllers here inside this plugin. And let's see how it sounds like. There's a hell lot of things that you can use. The phasing section is crazy in itself. And after this, If you want, you can go to the modulation, and then you can, change various parameters here. Then you can use the delay on that particular effect that you used in the previous one. And then comes the final one, which is levels, where you can also use a noise gate. You can increase the noise. And then if you want the input to be mono, then you can just do it right here. And then you can mix the amount of effect that you want in your audio. So it's really crazy, and I'll be trying to mess up with these plugins in my coming projects. Now, except these new plugins, FL Studio has also improved some of their plugins. So that plugin is Patcher. Like earlier in the previous version of FL Studio, which is FL Studio 20, you could not use 3x oscillator and DX10 in Patcher, but now you can. You can use both of these plugins and inside Patcher, and you can create whatever patch you want. And one more is Grosbeat. They have installed a whole new category of presets named Juggling Signs inside Grosbeat, and I'll show you right now. And it has some crazy scratch effects. Go here in the presets, and then we have Juggling Signs. These are really crazy for especially electronic music. Just messing around with this, I'm getting so many ideas for new songs and new projects and new beats. And while I'm talking about beats, I have a beat store, and if you like what you listen on my beat store, go and here you can also have free downloads. Just click the link in my description and you can get 5 free beat downloads from my website. And if you like them, want to purchase, you can head on to my website and you will see I have a special discount going on right now, and you can avail that. Now there are some improvements that FL Studio has made in their mixer rack. Let's see what are those. Now if you go here and you want to select all the channels, earlier what you would have done is press Ctrl Shift and then drag all the way, and that's how you select all the channels. But if you want to select all like 125 channels, you can just press Ctrl A and it selects everything that you have, including the current and the master channel. Now, if you want to bypass the effects of multiple channels, what you can do is you can select the channel by pressing Ctrl and Shift. And then if you bypass it on one, it does on every channel. You do not have to do it manually on each individual channel. Just on, off, it does on both of these. Now you can render selected tracks to WAV files. Like right now, if I want a consolidation of one mixer track, not the audio, but whatever is in this mixer. So what I can do is select this mixer, go here, disk recording, render selected tracks to WAV file, and then if you press start, you will get the WAV file of whatever is in this mixer. And that's how you have a WAV file of that particular mixer track. Now let's come to the updates that they have done to the playlist, and these are lifesavers. Everyone wanted Control C and Control V as copy and paste in FL Studio, but it wasn't. So earlier what you have to do is select this, press Control B, and it pasted it, in sequence one after the other. But now FL Studio has listened, and if you press Control C and take your playhead somewhere, press Control V, it will paste that same audio there. Go here, press Control V, go here, press Control V, select it, press Control C, go at the playhead, press Control V, and that's how Control C and Control V works in playlist also. Now if you want to add audio tracks or VSTs or plugins, you can just go here, you can see the plus icon, import flex, and then you have flex, and you have a separate track for flex. If you tap here, you will have a pattern in which you can make your melody and all that stuff. You do not have to make a pattern, go into the channel rack, select an instrument, make a MIDI, make a pattern, drop that into the pattern, bring the pattern to the playlist, assign a track. Do not have to do all of those stuff. Just go here in the plus button, go here, select your instrument, just like FPC. I have a separate track made for FPC right now, and everything that I play in this pattern on this track will be from FPC. So like workflow is way easier than it was before in FL Studio. Okay, so now when you save it, if I press save as, it asks me if I want to create a new folder for this particular project, which is really handy. If you're making a beat, you want to save it, just save and make a separate folder for the name of the beat. And inside that folder, you will have all the backups of this project and also this particular project saved. Now, if you want to import everything, all these samples of the audios that you have used inside the project into that particular sample, you can just tick here, copy use samples to the project folder. What it will do is it will save every audio as an individual audio clip, every sample that you have used in this project as an individual audio clip into that folder. And if you want to share that particular project with someone else who do not have the audio files and also the project, you can give this particular folder to any other person and they can open the project and they do not have to see that these samples are missing, because every sample that is used in the project is inside that particular folder. So it's a really great thing for the people who, who do a lot of collabs and collaborations and who share their FL Studio projects frequently with each other. This is a great way to be safe and share the project files with minimum or less to no risk. And if you want to work the way FL Studio 20 was before, you can, change the option, and while saving it, FL Studio won't even ask you if you want to create a new folder or if you want to import the audio projects. You can just go to project settings right here, project settings. Now, auto, this button, copy use samples to the project folder, you can just unclick it, and also you can choose various options that FL Studio gives you right here, but I'll keep it on this because I like it this way. Now with that being said, there's one more thing, that now you can import M4A extension files in FL Studio also. Earlier you could not. Earlier you could only use MP3 and WAV files, but now you can use M4A files as well. And there's everything that you want to know about FL Studio 21 updates. And if you want any more information, or if you want more detailed videos about other stuff as well, you can just drop down a comment and I'll be happy to help you guys. And also if you have any queries, you can text me directly on Instagram. You can see my username somewhere here and also the link in my description. And please follow me on Instagram, guys. It will be great. If you want to support me directly, you can see the link in the description of Buy Me a Coffee. It helps me and motivates me to make more and more videos for you guys, invest my time and my money and a lot of stuff that I have right now just to educate you on YouTube for free. And as far as education is concerned, I have a whole free playlist of music business for independent artists, in which I'm telling each and everything you want to know as an independent artist about music industry and music business, whether it be distribution, whether it be publishing administration, PROs, IPRS, ISRCs. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you do not even know about. Maybe you can get the link of that particular playlist right now here in the description and also popping up here in the cards. If you release a song, you earn 7 different types of royalties. There are various different organizations in which you have to register in order to earn those royalties. Like, your music is making money, but you are not getting it. It's with the industry only. So you have to grab that money out of the industry and bring that back into your bank account. And how to do that, you can learn that from this playlist right here. That's it about this video. I'll come up with another video with another fresh topic next Friday. And till then, stay safe, stay hydrated, and see you. Bye-bye. Peace out.